Welcome back to Laser Land Sports Network. My name is Elliot. I am joined by a very special guest, Sydney Katz. Sydney, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Elliot?
I'm fantastic. Let's get into your accolades that you have achieved so far in your great career here at LaSalle. You have already surpassed 1,000 assists. You are on pace for 2,000, which would get you on a LaSalle banner, which is a very, very cool accomplishment. You were first all team for the GNAC as a setter, and yeah, you just keep rolling. What's been your, in your opinion, what's been due to all the success?
I mean, I have to give so much credit to all my teammates and especially the seniors that just graduated. The hitters have been so helpful and they really just have been pushing me to be better, and especially like the coaching staff, Jeff, Preston, and especially Jesus Garcia, who was our manager for 2 years. He really helped me grow a lot as a setter, so I credit a lot of it to him as well.
Yeah, your emergence in both your first and then especially your second year played a key role for the team. You guys go on and win a GNAC championship last year. You won another one this year. What's it gonna take to get a third?
I mean, we lost a lot of players. You know, we graduated people for the first time since I've been a part of the team. So I think it really just is up to the returners to really like take the role and take over what these seniors left behind. And I think it takes a lot of just leadership and hard work, and we've been doing that right now. So
is that a role you see yourself as? You're going to be a captain next season?
Yeah, I definitely think that me, Maddie, and Morgan have been taking over those roles as captains, and I've been really trying as someone who's experienced and been playing for the past 3 years, just trying to help the younger players who've been growing so much and just help them take over those roles. And yeah.
What are some specific things you'll ask of the younger players? Maybe some things that you think they can improve on or just need to happen in order to have the same success you've had in the past?
I think what we've been doing, we've been getting everyone in the gym more. That's been something that we've been lacking a little bit. So I think that is going to really help. And just when we're at practice, making sure we're keeping each other accountable and really on each other to make sure that we're doing the right things and doing our role on the court so we can all work as a team.
Amazing. And I'm going to phrase this last question a little differently for you. One word to describe your time here at LaSalle. Doesn't have to do with volleyball, just your time at the university.
One word?
Yeah.
I think transformative. I think I've really changed as a person. Definitely when I came in, I had a lot of things that I want to work on, and I definitely have grown as a person, as an athlete, and just gained a lot more confidence. So I would say transformative would be a word for that.
Well, I think the volleyball team is lucky to have you as a leader.
Thank
the university,
you.
Lucky to have you as a student. And that will do it for this edition of Laserland Sports Network. Thank you so much for coming on, Sydney.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Laserland Sports Network. I am Elliot, and
I'm Sabrina Calance.
Listen, Sabrina, I love that we have the chemistry we built already. And a lot of the viewers won't know this because you work with the broadcast team.
I do indeed.
And I love that you have the energy you do, the enthusiasm. This should make for a great interview. I'm excited to have you. Excited to be here?
I am very excited to be here. When Elliot offered, I was more than excited to take up on that.
Well, let's go back to your freshman year, because
Yes.
the reason you are here is because you were on the volleyball team.
Yes.
Talk about your first year.
My first year was definitely interesting. My first year was also different from a lot of other people's, so I can only really speak for myself, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got to really learn a lot about myself and my skills and how I could improve, and it was a very, very big learning moment because the adjustment period was a little weird. So after I figured that out, I got to actually focus more on improving myself, and it's led me to here.
How did improving yourself, where did that take you? Not just in the gym, but outside, in your classes, your friends. Like, what did that do to you?
I definitely learned a lot of patience. I learned that I have to be patient with myself first before I can be patient with other people. So I definitely learned how to take everything with a grain of salt and not focus on the bad, to kind of just move on. Forget about what happened, it's in the past, and now you have other things to focus on.
What is your role with the team now, and how do you view the game of volleyball from this new perspective?
So my role last semester was more on the managerial side, which I really enjoyed because it definitely gave me a different side of the game that I didn't really know as well. And now I'm back to playing, and I'm back in the swing of things, which feels awesome. For a little while, though, it did definitely weaken my love for volleyball, I guess you could say. I definitely fell out of love with it for a little bit. But in there somewhere, I just kind of found that little glimmer of hope that's like, you're the one that controls this. You're the one that can make this better for yourself. Really grab onto that and just keep running with it. So I've been running. I haven't really been stopping. So
That's awesome. And then connecting it back to broadcasting, what did that teach you about yourself, and how might that play a role moving forward in your career? Maybe I think you could have a potential gig as a volleyball broadcaster.
Well, I did learn that I just like to talk a lot. I know that I'm a talkative person, and it definitely helps because there's never really a quiet moment. I love doing it. It's super awesome. I get to watch the sport I love and talk about it and give my analysis on it so other people can fall in love with it too. And I think that's my favorite part of doing it. If I could make a career out of that, I would be so down. It sounds awesome just to really do what I love for the rest of my life. So I do want to definitely explore that a little bit more.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining, Sabrina.
Thank you for having me, Elliot.
A pleasure as always. This has been another episode of Laserland Sports Network. We will see you next time. Welcome back to Laserland Sports Network. My name is Elliot Patotsky. I am joined by junior blocker Morgan Bogley on the women's volleyball team. How you doing, Morgan?
Good. How are you, Elliot?
I'm doing well. Let's start with how the year ended, because I think that is the best memory and best way to start this episode. What were the emotions going through your head when you guys won the GNAC championship for the second consecutive year?
It was really great. I mean, we kind of all in the back of our heads were trying not to think about how we won last year. We're trying to think like a new year. But yeah, it was really great to win, especially at home. And I think it was like the first ever win in the athletic center for LaSalle.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And going back to what you said, is it hard to kind of get that hungriness back, where you really want to win it after coming off of a championship the previous year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a lot more pressure because the year before we kind of just went into it, no pressure, kind of, if we win, we win, like, fantastic. This year, trying to be back in the same position, we really wanted to win again and prove ourselves.
What was it like, the whole process to get into where you are now, the role that you've cut out for yourself on this team, what you're contributing day in and day out? How did you get here?
I put in a lot of work. I came in as a freshman, very raw talent. My coach kind of helped me develop as a player and become a leader on and off the court. Yeah.
Anyone aside from Coach Vatrin, who you just referenced, that you would say made an impact in your development?
I would say probably our assistant coach Preston. He helped a lot, and he really built my confidence on the court. Our upperclassmen, but the grade above us, the seniors this year, have been really great to help our development as well.
Now, entering your senior year, how are you going to take what you learned from those seniors and apply it next season when you're going to have to step into that role? Do you see yourself as a leader?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be really interesting not having them even on the bench, on the court at all. It's going to be definitely a different dynamic, and it's going to be quite odd at first to step into that leadership role, but I think we can do it. We have me, Maddie, and Sydney are all great. Autumn's also a returning senior, so it's great.
Awesome. And just tell me a little bit about your time here at LaSalle, getting acclimated to a college environment, and just learning what it is to be a Laser.
LaSalle has changed my life for sure. Small school, definitely close knit. Everyone knows everything about each other. But yeah, it's been really great here. I mean, athletic-wise, obviously, we've been super successful. Academically, I think it's been super fun, and I'm really grateful for the people I've met here.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hopping on the show. This has been another edition of Laserland Sports Network. I am Elliot Patotsky, and
I'm Morgan Bogley.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Laserland Sports Network. My name is Elliot Patotsky. I am joined by senior Emily Van Houten. Emily, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. And you're the first senior on the women's volleyball team that I am interviewing. Let's recap just kind of your career.
Yeah.
What's been the most special memory to you?
The most special memory to me is just seeing how much the team progressed over the 4 years and how we really achieved like our goals and our mission. We came in as a really large freshman class, completely starting from scratch. All of the upperclassmen were cut, and we knew it was going to be a bit of a rocky road getting to the top of the conference, but year by year we moved up a little bit more, and now we've just completely dominated the conference we're in. So I'm just really proud of the team for doing that.
Let me go back to what you said a moment ago about how the upperclassmen were they were gone. Did that instill some confidence in the younger players such as yourself at that time, or did it scare you?
I think a little bit of both. I think it gave us the confidence knowing that our coach had the trust and faith in us to rebuild the program, but it definitely is scary coming in and not having the guidance and just the feeling of upperclassmen, veterans on the court. So it is a little bit scary, just it's new waters for everyone, but I think we got the hang of it pretty well.
You were a captain this past season. What are some of the traits that you believe make you best fit to be a leader and the captain of the women's volleyball team?
I think for me, just being a leader just means like you're getting along with everyone, you're being patient, you're trusting the process, and you're holding people responsible and accountable. Just making sure that the team, we're all following the same goals and making sure everyone's on the right track. But I think what landed me into my captain position was just pure like dedication and hard work to the team. I kind of came in my freshman year. I was barely getting like bench minutes and wasn't really contributing much to the team, but I was able to like work my way up the ladder, both on and off the court, just working hard and hustling. And that was honestly one of the biggest components of my speech to run for captain, is just that I'm a hard worker and I care about the team. So I think just having a passion for the sport really got me to where I was.
Awesome. That's very nice. And I guess I would wrap this up. You got 5 weeks left here, pretty much. What do you hope to get out of it? What is something you hope to achieve? And yeah.
Honestly, I'm just trying to enjoy every last second that I have here. The last 4 years have been like an incredible experience, and I'm just I'm glad that I chose the road that I went down. So I'm just trying to savor every last second of it.
Are there people, I kind of know the answer already, but are there people that you know on the volleyball team that you've spent a lot of time with in your senior year that you wish to make the most with?
Definitely my fellow seniors. Miss Sarasani in the back behind the camera is definitely one of them. But I've just gotten so close with all of the seniors and even the juniors, sophomores. I've gotten really close with mostly everyone. I live with 3 juniors who are on the volleyball team. So I think we're all on the same page. We're just trying to take in every second and enjoy it while it's still here.
Awesome. Well, enjoy your last few weeks.
Thank you.
And you've been a real player for this volleyball
Thank
team.
you.
The growth, the development, and congrats on getting 2 championships in your time
Thank
here.
you.
So this has been the LaSalle Laser Sports Network. I am Elliot Patotsky, joined by Emily Van Houten. We will see you next time.
Roll lasers.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Laserland. Now I got a very special guest joined. Actually, a former touree, as I gave him a tour and his family while he was a prospective student looking to go to LaSalle and see what the university had to offer. This is Cody Bonilla. He is on the volleyball team. And you're a sophomore, Cody. How has your first 2 years been up to this point?
It's been a lot of fun. I made a ton of new friends on the team. Got to meet you. That was a lot of fun. I think the tour was very fun. My family got to see the school, got to enjoy what I enjoy now, and I'm glad to be here.
You come all the way from Hawaii. How the heck did you find LaSalle?
Honestly, so my club volleyball coach graduated from LaSalle, and he kind of helped me get here, but also Jesus Garcia, our now assistant coach, former teammate, he played for the same club coach, and that's kind of how it just happened.
Wow. Speak a little on Jesus, his impact, being now, you've had him not only as a teammate, but now as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
Just talk about his impact during your time here.
I think he's made a huge impact. He's helped my life, not only for the sake of volleyball, but my personal life as well. He's been a great friend, great teammate when he was there. Learned a ton from him, and I continue to learn from him, so can't say really other than that.
Speaking of teammates, want to talk about the chemistry, just how the guys have been bonding, and just what it's like to play for this group.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. One big thing, it feels like one big family. If we have a word in Hawaii, ohana, that translates strictly to family, and that's kind of how it feels. We all just love each other. Outside the court, we all just have a ton of fun. We fool around. We just laugh all the time. And on the court, we know when to take it seriously, and we know how to have fun on the court as well.
Amazing. Speaking of on the court, you've had 2 pretty productive seasons so far. In fact, I was looking at your stats. You have less kills this year, but you've been more efficient. Every single time you're getting a chance to make an impact, you're doing much better at that.
Thank you.
How do you see yourself on this team? What do you view as your role currently?
Currently, I feel like my role is the backup setter, but when I come in, I know how to do what I'm supposed to do. I know how to get guys the balls that will put it away, and know how to just score, how to do good, I guess. I think my role specifically, I think I'm in there to kind of help bring people up when need be. Like, especially this year, a lot of our guys tend to put their heads down a lot, but when I'm in there, I like to help bring up their spirits. That's how I feel on the court. I like to be the guy to give other people smiles.
Well, you heard it here first from Cody. You're a heck of a player. You're a heck of a guy.
Thank you.
And can't say enough about the future of this program. I think that you're going to be one impactful person on this team. So thank you for joining me on this.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. This has been another episode of Laserland Exclusive. We'll see you next time. I am joined by Cole Esterline on another episode of the Laserland Exclusive. Cole, you're a sophomore. God, we should just call this whole series the sophomores at LaSalle, because you're our 4th sophomore now, and it's good because you have a year under your belt. You kind of broken into the university. Just talk about some of your most favorite memories so far at LaSalle.
Definitely have to say my first week here, meeting a lot of the new people on the team, meeting a lot of new friends. Had a lot of people that would honestly come to my room and spend the night every night, and it was just so much fun. And especially guys on the team, I became brothers with guys on the team, and unfortunately we're not as close now. But I really enjoyed those first few weeks being here.
You moved from Fort Lauderdale to Newton, Massachusetts. Was there an adjustment there?
Massive.
Speak on it, yeah.
The weather is the big thing. I will say though, Newton's a very suburban area. I grew up in a very suburban area outside of a big city, so I'm not directly in Fort Lauderdale, so that really is something that is very similar. It's just getting over the 20 degrees when it's the winters. Never owned a winter jacket before, only owned 1 pair of jeans my life, and then now it's wow, I gotta actually think about that and think about what I wear a little bit more, because my whole wardrobe is just shorts and t-shirts. So it's
Trust me, I don't even think you've experienced a true New England winter yet.
I don't think so either.
Sorry to bring that up, but
yeah, I know. I think the coldest I've experienced has to be 10, 15 degrees.
Yeah. You did bring up the teammates and just getting to know all the guys the first week here. One person in particular, Carter Phillips. Talk about his impact and just your relationship with him and how he's kind of taken you under his wing.
Yeah. Carter Phillips, one of the seniors on the team. He I've had a couple struggles here with whether it be like off the court things, on the court things, and he's really been the person to ground me. We play the same position, and he's really helped me find like strengths in my religion, help me find strengths on the court, like know that I'm better than how I feel at times, because at times I'm really not feeling well about how sports is going, and he's someone that can ground me and really support me and keep me uplifted and keep me thinking about not the negative things. So
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think we all need a Carter Phillips in our life. And you brought up just the belief and knowing that things will get better. Things and having that belief is so for any college student really. But in your situation, it sounds like that he's really played a huge role in that.
definitely this year we've gotten a lot closer, and he's really helped out.
Awesome. And lastly, how do you envision the rest of your time here at LaSalle, especially being on a very good volleyball team that has a lot of promise moving forward, a lot of youth? Where do you see the team going forward?
We have the pieces, honestly. I think that we are a very talented group. Right now we're the 20th best team in the country, but I think we're way better than that. But it all comes down to how we put it together, like outside of the court, and like I think those are things that we need to pick up on. But if we do pick up on those things, we'll be a much better team in the future, and we have a chance to win a conference championship or even make a deep run in the national playoffs. So
What would a GNAC championship mean to you?
it would mean a lot, especially for the guys that came before me. Jan Baranowski last year, grad year, senior, he kind of took me under his wing a little bit. But like doing it for the guys that couldn't get it done before me would be an excellent feat. We have one of the toughest teams in the country in our conference. Wentworth was the #1 team in the country all of last year. It's definitely a struggle to get on top of them, but it's definitely possible. We've done it before.
Well, Cole, best of luck the rest of the year. Thank you for joining me. And as always, we will see you next time. I am joined by Nathan Carter, sophomore. You were on the volleyball team here at LaSalle. Your path has changed now. You're transferring to UCF. What went into that decision?
Well, I'm from Florida, so it makes it a little bit easier. Coming up here, it's a bit more expensive, but I really wanted to play volleyball. I really wanted to play with my former teammate, Cole Esterline, who's on the volleyball team as well. We played club together, so it would have been nice to just transfer up here and play some volleyball with him, which was a lot of fun. But after, having some fantastic players like Mezzi join the team, he's fantastic. He kind of kicked me out of my position, which totally valid. I'm not really seeing the court as much. It's not as much fun, so I feel like I should go back home and go to college for free.
Does volleyball still give you that same joy that it did when you came to LaSalle?
Yeah, no, for sure. I love the sport. I mean, I'm not going to stop playing when I go to UCF, I'm probably going to pick up beach volleyball more, play some more of that, That's what I started with when I started playing volleyball. Went to the beach and just played pickup.
Do you find a big difference with beach volleyball versus, aside from the whole environment?
Yeah.
But what are some of the key differences?
I feel like meeting people and creating those types of friendships comes way easier because the amount of people that play beach volleyball is very, it's very together. Everybody kind of knows everybody in that kind of sense.
Nice. Another big aspect of your life, you're in the Army.
Yeah.
So talk about being not just a student athlete, but also having this entire other aspect of your life.
Well, it taught me a lot of new things, going to basic training before coming here, it really taught me to not complain as much because of all the stuff that they really put us through. I had to go outside and dig a hole that I had to sleep in, for 5 days, not shower, barely, stay hydrated, but.
So you were ready for the D3, sports treatment.
Yeah, honestly, I was expecting a lot more, but coming in here, it was kind of a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, and I think that a lot of that came from going to training and whatnot.
So going into now your new, life at UCF, how do you envision that going? What do you want to do there?
Well, I do want to start doing ROTC. I know that they offer that there, so I want to do that and hopefully get some promotion points. I mean, my next step is obviously going through with the Army and making that my career. Trying to become a big boy now and get off of all this, but it's definitely gonna suck leaving LaSalle. I really like the guys on the team. They were really, really cool guys, and I think they're gonna do awesome things with the rest of the year. I'm obviously gonna go to every game, watch them play. But yeah.
Those relationships you form on the volleyball team, is it easier or more difficult than those relationships you form in the Army?
Well, the Army is more of like a brotherhood. There's nobody that you can't get along with in the Army. So I mean, trying to make some friends here, it's a little different. It's definitely a lot different. It's more like in the Army, you just have to get a job done. Up here, it's like you have to like try to really like each other to have success on the court. And if you don't, it's really, really hard. With these guys, it's really easy to like them. It's no hard feelings towards them. It's really, yeah.
Awesome. Well, best of luck the rest of your way. I think you're gonna be fine wherever the world takes you. And yeah, man, it was a pleasure getting to know you.
Thanks, brother.
All right, thank you. Welcome, Blaze Mack.
Hi.
Sophomore on the women's basketball team. Happy to have you here. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing good. How
Awesome.
are you?
I'm doing fantastic. This is another episode of a Laserland exclusive featuring me and a LaSalle athlete. So first of all, Blaze, great name. I love it. I don't care how you got it. Just tell the viewers where the name came from.
Well, my dad came up with the name. He was like an avid smoker when he was younger, so all that kind of stuff. 420 Blaze It, obviously, and it was supposed to be my brother's name, but the woman my dad was with at the time didn't like it, so it got passed on to me, and then my dad just added the I for femininity, I guess.
Do players on the court call you Blaze? Only Blaze?
I have some Juju, my teammate, another couple of my teammates just call me B because it's just short, fast, B here, and I'm like, okay, here.
You're from Chicopee, Mass.
Yes, I am.
Talk about a little bit about how you were recruited here and just that whole process.
I was recruited here. I went to a camp out in Boston at Wentworth. That is where Coach Kelly saw me, and I actually sprained my ankle that day, so I thought I wasn't going to get any, emails, nothing, and then she did email me back. Well, she was one of the coaches that emailed me, and then she went to a couple of my tournament games, and then August, before my senior year started, she gave me my offer, and then told me I had until Thanksgiving to figure it out. She went to a bunch of my I couldn't play in the fall league, so she couldn't go to any of those games to see, but she went to my high school games, and then that's where I committed.
When did you know? When did you feel in your gut that LaSalle was where you wanted to be?
It was actually a couple at the beginning of November, because I was narrowing down, because obviously I had her offer, I had another a couple others that I had to figure out, and I was just thinking what do I like, what do I not like, and that's at the beginning of November. That's when I was okay, I think this is the one, but I gave it a couple more weeks just for the suspense of it.
Let's talk about the season. Obviously, it didn't go the way that the team had hoped.
Yeah.
A good start that kind of just turned into a season where you would have liked to go further, a first round exit in the playoffs, but in terms of where this team can go and what this team can do better moving forward, how do you see it?
I think we still have a powerful team. We lost, we are losing our seniors, which sucks, but we still have a core group that we have here. I think the drama, all the drama has exited out this season, and from this past season, which I think is what failed us, at the end of it. We also, a couple other problems that we have, which is what led us to the decrease, but hopefully we can move past that, because other GNAC teams are losing a bunch of girls, and we still have our core group, which will be able to lead us to hopefully farther in the playoffs and hopefully a GNAC championship next year.
Any specific messaging that Coach Sundberg tells you guys when maybe things aren't going right, when things are,
She has her different, like, she doesn't have any specific things. She's going to have a talk. It's usually Coach Jamal who comes out of nowhere with his talks.
The assistant coach.
Yes,
Yeah.
our assistant coach.
Yeah.
He'll come out of nowhere with his talks. He'll talk for about five minutes if he can during halftime, and then all of a sudden you see us out there it looks like we're having fun because we're playing good. So.
Awesome. And last question, in terms of your role on the team, you've played guard, you've played forward. Where do you see yourself, the versatility that you have, that you hold for this team? Is that something that you think plays to your strength? Or is there a role on this team that you kind of want to isolate? Is there just one spot that you want to be?
I think my versatility on the team is really helpful, especially for myself. It allows me to be able to play wherever needed. It allows the team to, it allows me to feel that I can help the team in any sort of way, not just be one core thing that they need, but I also have other aspects to myself. One thing about me though is that I hate playing center. I'm 5'9" and 140 pounds. I don't think I should be out there with the 6-footers at all, but I am. But I do my best, and I think I do good most of the time. So, but yeah, I really like being a forward, but I want to be able to improve on my shooting and all that stuff. Not that I shot as bad, but I could have shot a lot better.
Amazing. Well, your versatility has shown. You're getting better every year. Now about to enter your third year in the following season. Keep doing what you're doing, Blaze, and go out and make another playoff appearance in the GNAC.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Of course.
I am with Conan McCusker, the local kid out of Dorchester, Mass. How you doing, Conan?
Doing good. How you doing?
Fantastic as always, my man. Hey, great season. Let's start with the important stuff. You led the GNAC in 3-point percentage, and you're now 8th all time in 3-pointers made. Incredible accolades, and just congratulations first on a great career with the LaSalle men's basketball team.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
So you came in as a freshman. You got this great start to your career, man. It's like there was so much juice around this team. Talk about what's changed from you as a player when you came into LaSalle versus now being the man that you have become.
I think when I first came in, we had a lot of upperclassmen, so I took that as a great opportunity to be a sponge, not say too much, learn what it took to be a good teammate, learn what it took to be a good player, and just take in everything that all those upperclassmen were saying. And I think that's definitely helped me over the years. So when they graduated, you take little bits and pieces from each graduating class. And as I got older and older, and then I was the upperclassman, I was able to apply all those things, especially this year.
This year, you guys made a run in the GNAC playoffs where, unfortunately it ended up in St. Joe's, but that Dean Dean College came in here. What was it like coming off the bench and hitting, I think it was 4 or 5 threes that just absolutely made the fans go nuts?
Obviously, it's good to play well. My junior year was cut short due to injuries, so I wasn't able to play in the playoff game my junior year. So having that be the first playoff game that I played since my freshman year, there was definitely a lot of emotions leading up to it. But at the end of the day, it was just another game, another step to get to the championship game. And all my work stayed the same. You just do what you got to do every single day, and the work showed.
Talk about the support from your teammates, because the bond between you and the rest of the guys, it's unreal. It's one of the I'd say one of the teams that I see in LaSalle that really has a chemistry like no other.
Oh, definitely. I think whether I go 0 for 5 or 5 for 5, everybody on the team is still going to stand up. Everybody on the team is still going to want me to shoot that next shot. So I think the way that our team was and the support that you just get from everybody definitely helps me when I'm in the game, because I know that everybody on the coaching staff and on the rest of the players have that confidence in me to hit the next shot, grab the next rebound, or do whatever it takes to win the game.
And last question, what's next for Conan? Conan McCusker, the person. What's next after basketball?
This isn't official yet, but I am coming back to get my master's here, so I'm hoping to start my coaching career with the LaSalle men's basketball program. So hopefully I'll talk to Coach Galetta and we'll be able to figure something out. But as far as that goes, that's my plan.
Well, when that happens, I think that it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for you. I think the men's basketball team will be lucky to have you as a coach. And, you know, the goal is to win a GNAC championship. And I think to see that as a player or as a coach would be pretty special. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. I can't wait to get to work.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here first. Conan McCusker, this has been a Laser exclusive. Laserland. We'll be back next time. All right, as we continue our run of basketball players on the Laser exclusive here on Laserland Sports Network, we have Andy Medeska with us. Andy, you are, as I would say, the Swiss Army knife of this team, the do-it-all guy. Would you say that's part of your identity on this team?
Yeah, I like to think that I can do a little bit of everything. I think I'm very versatile. I can play point guard, I can play center. I can guard 1 through 5. I think, yeah, that's kind of my role on the team. Wherever we're lacking, I feel like I can pick up in that department.
When you transferred here, getting acclimated with all the guys, what was that process like?
I thought it was really easy process. I mean, the guys really helped me. Upperclassmen really showed me the ropes, showed me what to do, how to get on the floor, how to play both ends. You know, taught me the plays. I got really caught up really quickly, and the process has been really good. Yeah.
What did you think of the environment playing in the athletic center where, you got all these fans on the rafters,
I think we have the best gym in the conference. I really like our gym. The environment's crazy when we really fill out the upper section, and everyone's just erupting after big shots, big plays. Our environment's great.
Speaking of big plays, you had a monster 3 in one of the games that I called for you. I'll never forget that shot, step back beyond the arc. Plays like that, what impact do those make in terms of your goal of reaching a GNAC? Because it's the special moments like that help you reach the goal of winning the whole thing. How do you see that this team capable of that?
Absolutely. I mean, we make big plays. I feel like we need to stay a little bit more composed for the future years. We're no longer a young team next year. We're gonna have more experience, more veteran guys that been here longer, been with the program a lot longer, that have valuable experience in the playoffs. So I think we'll be able to make that final push to bring home what's ours.
And finally, you got to tell us what it's like playing with your brother, Esmer, because that's something that a lot of people can't really relate to. You're on the floor, and not only are you guys on the same team, but you're both playing a pivotal role on this team.
Right. We've been playing together for forever, so it's like almost nature. It's natural. We're very easy to play off him. He plays off me really well. So we just have that connection, that our brothers would have. Yeah.
Was there ever a real rivalry between you guys?
Absolutely. There still is. We're trying to, push each other. I think that's what a lot of people lack, something that drives them and pushes them every day, and I think we have that.
Well, hopefully that drive leads to a run in the championship, and you guys get right back to where you were this past season, and this time win the whole thing. Thank you for joining, and good luck you'll be a senior, right?
I'll be a junior.
Junior. So you got a couple of years left.
Yep.
Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Yep. Esmer Medesko, first year men's basketball team. Man, how's everything going at LaSalle? Your first year.
It's going great. Better than I expected, to be honest, but it's going great.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I didn't really know what to expect coming to LaSalle. But my brother, I felt like it was just an easier transition for me, for sure.
Having Andy, your brother, around, what is that like, both on and off the court?
Nah, it's great. I mean, on the court, off the court, he pushes me just to be the best. When he sees me lack in something, I feel like he just pushes me to be the best person, best player on the court, off the court, all that.
He spoke about the competitiveness between you two, but also the support that you two have. Would you agree that there's definitely a fierce competitiveness between you two?
No, definitely. When we were young, we just competed in the driveway. We would just basically just fight, beat each other up, just in the driveway. But yeah, it's really competitive, but it made me better, as a person and player.
Yeah. I would like to ask you about your campaign this year because I thought you should have won Rookie of the Year. You think you should have won Rookie of the Year? Of course you did.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Does it drive you not being named Rookie of the Year moving forward, or is that something that doesn't matter to you? You're gonna work hard regardless.
I mean, definitely I got a chip on my shoulder now. I didn't win it, but I'm gonna just stay consistent, keep going, and yeah.
What was that like, taking the reins as a freshman? I mean, we haven't seen that since, when I was a freshman, somebody at your age absolutely be the conductor of this offense. What was that like for you this year?
I mean, it was definitely tough, just kind of getting used to the college play, college basketball, intensity. So, but I feel like I did good this year, just trying to be a leader. Yeah.
Did anyone give you a tough time, any of the older guys, or were they pretty welcoming?
Nah, they were definitely welcoming, very supportive, very just encouraging. They just wanted me to be the best, so I appreciate that.
Anyone outside of Andy who you say you've had a particular bond with?
Definitely the seniors. I feel like they just, Conan, Marcus, Gabe, Reem, they just push me every practice, every possession, really.
Yeah. And last question for you, Esmer, as we're cruising along here. How do you see the rest of your career shaping out? What do you want the story to be when it's all said and done? How do you want LaSalle to remember you?
I mean, just as a good person, really, but I just want to win GNAC. I feel like we can really do it in these coming years. We just need that push, that drive, and I feel like we could really do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I am joined by Marcus Lewis, senior of the LaSalle men's basketball team. Man, it's been a ride.
Mm-hmm.
It has been. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? Just catching up on March Madness right now, so
It's better than that. Nothing much. You get to watch some college hoops. You like watching college hoops more or playing college hoops?
Playing for sure.
Yeah, you're a competitor.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive right into it because you had quite a run this last 4 years, man, emerging as, I think, a star in the GNAC, and you hit 1,000 career points. Let's start with that. What did that mean to you?
It meant everything. I came in as a freshman, like, not knowing if I would ever reach that milestone, not even thinking about it. And then, obviously, like, my teammates cheered me on, like, my senior year, getting closer to that goal. And, like, when I finally got it, it was just a surreal moment. Like, everyone was just, like, proud of me, and it was just exciting. And, I was happy for my team that we won when I got it. So, it meant a lot to me for sure.
Yeah. Talk about the guys. I mean, it's evident that there's a bond, and I've been asking pretty much the same question to the rest of the guys. But is there anyone in particular, any guys on the team that you feel like you wouldn't be the same without them?
Most definitely Conan and Kareem. We came in freshman year, the same class. Those are the guys, like us three, we stuck around for the whole 4. So my bond with them is like special. Those are like my brothers forever, So I thank them for everything they've done, everything we've been through. So those are guys like I have the closest connection with for sure.
Looking at the way that the season ended, man, obviously not the way that you wanted it to, but how special was it, one, to just reach that point, do it with the guys you love, and I mean, this was it, man, and just to reach it, I think, is a special achievement.
Yeah, I mean, after the results, my coach came up to me and Conan and said, "Who would have thought?" I mean, like I keep bringing up from freshman year, like it wasn't even a thought in any of our heads. And then when we knew we could reach that goal, like even last summer, like we would talk about it all the time, like this is our chance, like this year, this is it. And we finally got that accomplishment. I mean, it was just, I feel like
it really put us on the map, and like it showed people that like we're here and we can do this too. You know what I mean? Because it was really just like two schools like back and forth, really Albertus and St. Joe's, Connecticut. So I feel like us putting our name out there really got us to where we wanted to be. So I'm proud of the guys in this team this year for sure.
I would say you've not only put your name out there as an athlete, but also as a student and just the person you are, man. That's going to go so far in your life and your career. Do you have a favorite LaSalle memory or something that you just think back, like, this really shows who I am? I know it's a tough question.
Yeah, I got to think. Greatest memory?
A team bonding night or something like that?
Honestly, it might just be reaching the finals. I mean, as cliche as it is, I mean, like that really, like I said, it wasn't even a thought. And reaching the finals, like it was crazy. Like all the guys, like were really, we all bought in. So like just to see that, like this team this year, like was the most I bonded with any other team from previous years. So I feel like that moment was really special. Like knowing that, like as a captain on the team, like I could really bring a team together, and like we actually had a chance to win that. So I think that was my favorite moment.
And then what does the future hold for you, Marcus?
So right now, besides finishing school and graduating, I plan to play overseas professionally. So that's in the works right now. But obviously, school-wise, I plan to work in finance. If all else fails, that's my backup plan. So but yeah, that's what I have so far planned right now.
Has it started hitting you that, like, man, this is the real world now?
Yeah,
going overseas.
I know all my professors are like, so who's a graduating senior? I keep raising my hand. They're like, well, get ready. In a couple weeks or months, like it's right there. So it's just crazy to think about. So.
Well, the world is not ready for what you're about to do, Marcus. I think you got some great successes ahead of you, man. And it's been a pleasure getting to know you.
No, for sure.
As I told Conan, like the last 4 years have been awesome.
No, for sure. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. All right, that's been another edition of the Laserland exclusive. Thank you, Marcus.
Appreciate it.
I am with Quinton Partee Jr., who is a junior on the men's basketball team, coming off a season where the Lasers made it to the GNAC championship. Q, it's nice to have you.
Thank you for having me, Elliot, man.
Always, man. Let's go back to your freshman year. You had a great season. You, I think, should have been the GNAC Rookie of the Year. You were named to a first team all GNAC for rookies.
Right.
But in your mind, why should you have won?
Definitely because it's just individual stats. Most of the categories that I was in first for, I was kind of beating all the rookies in. So definitely thought I should have got it. Just because I was beating them in those particular stats with rebounds, points, and assists. And I think just individual stats basically. At the end of the day, I think GNAC should probably be able to start changing that in the future, maybe.
Yeah. If you have a new goal in mind, now entering what will be your senior year, what would that goal be?
Definitely the biggest goal for next year is getting back to that chip, man. Being a part of the team this year, since we made it to the chip, I feel like getting player of the year, rookie of the year, whatever, it just doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, it's fun to say you had that, but knowing you won the GNAC chip at the end of the day, that's just a different experience. I feel like the momentum that we gained from that, and the pleasure, of course, and just the rush of knowing we was there was a great experience, and that's something that we all want to enjoy again, and hopefully, be able to bring it home back to Newton, Mass. Next season.
A lot of people don't know the story that you've basically had throughout your time here at the university outside of basketball. What sort of conflicts and battles have you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, my freshman year coming here, I did have to focus on racism. Had an altercation freshman year that kind of almost cost me my basketball career, but LaSalle, God, was able to give me a second chance on that situation and make me see how wrong the situation was and what could have been handled. Ever since then, definitely just took an accountability how I can be better for myself and my team moving forward for the future, of course.
what kind of perspective did it put into place just about how fortunate you are to still be playing?
Right. Definitely was a young athlete at the time, so it just made me realize, there's consequences for your actions, of course, and you got to remember we're all grown-ups now, so you're going to get consequences, so you just got to think smartly about what you do. So it just taught me a lot overall, and that's just me wanting to be better for myself and my team.
That's the goal, right? The team, it's the team. It's
Right.
not I.
Right.
And I think that's part of your growth and your development has been realizing that.
Right.
And I think no matter what your role is, it is going to be about the team.
Right.
What do you see as your role moving forward into your senior year?
For my role is just really just being that dog. I feel like I don't see myself as a leader. I don't try to front like I want to be a leader or anything. I'm really just more just does the dirty work for the team. I accept that role. Getting dirty, getting into the paint, getting beat up. Taking charges, put my body on the line for the team. I think the team knows that's my role, of course. Getting rebounds for everyone and getting people the shots that they need for next season too. Definitely need to focus on myself, of course, with being better so I can put myself in those situations to be able to put my team in better situations like that, because we are losing a big factor like Marcus, Kareem, Conan. So those three who are really big leaders definitely have to step into their shoes of just be able to know what I'm doing and helping the team out.
Aside from yourself, who do you see stepping into those shoes and filling those big roles?
Honestly, I feel like, in my opinion, I definitely see Che. And a person that people really don't talk about, but I've been around hooping with him for a while and seeing how he moves. Definitely would be Jeffrey White, aka Big Jelly. Even though he's a freshman, I feel like we got to a point where we're all young. Like the youngest we have might be like 18, 17, or the oldest we might have is really about to be like 22. So we're kind of all on the same square. So main difference from this team is we don't look at anybody older or youngest anymore. Everybody's the same. So I feel like that's another reason why we was able to put everything to the side and get to the chip, because we all seen each other as equal and nobody was trying to be dominant over each other, So.
Yeah, and I know you already mentioned a little bit about this, but what would that GNAC chip mean to you in your final year here?
Oh man, it'll mean everything to the team, of course, bring a smile, bring another one back home. In a couple of years, it's been a while. It's been low-key a while now, so that'll mean the world, of course. And just to see our name up there and make it the March Madness, that'll be a pretty good feeling, dream come true.
Well, thank you for joining me, Q. This has been another edition of the laser exclusive of Laserland Sports Network. And yeah, as always, man, keep rolling and go give it your all this season.
Well, thank you again.
Of course. All right. Welcome back to Laserland Sports Network. My name is Elliot. I am joined by the one and only Che Hanks. Che, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you for having me.
Got you, man. So, congrats on the run this postseason. I know it didn't end the way that the basketball team wanted it to. You had a great year. Just highlight some of the strengths and really the positives that came out of this season.
One, I feel like as a team, we became more together. I feel like we had bonds. Last year it was a lot on the court, probably a little more off the court, but now it felt like it was equal. You know what I'm saying? So we're off the court, we're gelling. On the court, we're gelling. We got a couple new pieces that, I feel like really helped us. Even if it wasn't in the game and practice, they pushed us to, our limits, and we just kept competing. So, iron sharpens iron. And like you said, we made it to the championship. I'm upset we came up short, but we're real close to our goal, and me, I got 2 more years, so I'm ready to keep attacking it.
How are you going to get back? That's the question, right?
Same thing. We was right there, so I don't think we got to do too much. Maybe get a couple more pieces, but we're right there.
Talk about some of the older guys that kind of set the stage for you and made it possible for you to have the year that you did, and how did their leadership impact the rest of the guys on the team?
Yeah, so I feel like 4 people that stood out to me was Conan, Mark, Gabe, and Kareem. Gabe was always just telling me he believed in me and just trying to keep me motivated even when I didn't believe in myself at the moment. He just kept me level-headed, kept me positive. Conan, he's all X's and O's. He knows the game at a different level, so he was just kind of telling me like what he knows I can do and how to put on the court and just stuff like that. And then Mark, that's my guy. He just tells me just go out there and be myself and just, be the killer that I am. And then Kareem, what I'm saying, he works out like more than a lot of people do. And, I feel like his work doesn't get recognized as much, but he shows me stuff and he teaches me a lot of stuff that he probably doesn't know, but I definitely take some stuff of his game. So,
Speaking on that killer mentality, how do you stay so locked in with all the noise? It's hard for the broadcasters, for us to stay locked in. I mean, we're getting, we see all these people. Like, how in your mind are you able to ignore all that and just play your game?
To be honest, I've been playing basketball my whole life, and this is literally my dream to play college basketball and play college basketball at the highest level I could possibly play. So, it's just basketball, and I try not to I'm human. Like sometimes the crowd gets to me, sometimes, but honestly, I just go out there and kill. Like ever since I was young, my dad, my brother, my family, everybody who was with me just told me just be the killer that you are, and I just try to make a name for myself every time on the court. Mm-hmm.
Speak a little bit about your family, because they were in attendance during this run. What was that like for you?
Shout out to my family. My mom, my pops, and then my brother. They usually come to the games, but when it came to the playoff run and more people started coming, I seen family I didn't really talk to as much, but it was real emotional and real heartfelt because family's everything to me. Family's just everything to me. So seeing them, and it put a little not pressure, but it gave me a little push to just go even harder and just play as best I could for the people that haven't seen me play that much. So family's everything though.
And then finally, Che, you're about to enter your junior year. What are a couple goals, whether it's on the court or off the court, that you want to achieve?
On the court and off the court, I want to become a better leader. I feel like, on the court, I handle my business and I can do what I do, but I also need to be more vocal. And I feel like I could help a lot of other people out when I could do that. I want to get first team all conference. It's not being too greedy. I want to get MVP, hopefully. But I just want to be a better player and better person overall. I feel like there's a lot of stuff I could work on individually, and I just want to keep thriving and pushing for that.
Well, keep pushing on that, because I think that is a limit that you can absolutely push through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and great person, great player. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks for coming, Che.
Thanks for having me.
And this has been another edition of Laserland Sports Network. I am Elliot Patotsky, and we will see you next time. Welcome back to another edition of Laserland Sports Network. I am joined by senior Max Corson on the LaSalle track and field team. How you doing, Max?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, Max. So it's been a heck of a career for you.
Definitely.
What's the first thing that you would like to reflect on when I tell you Max Corson, LaSalle track athlete? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think it doesn't even come down to statistics, times, marks. I think it's just my impact on the team as a leader. I like to hope I left a good mark on this team, not just statistically, but also impact going forward, growth, community, team bonding. There's a lot of things I really hope my name stays with in my years gone.
Now, talk about some of those accolades. I know it's not what makes you you, but what are some that you are most proud of?
I'd say probably reflecting on my 4 years here, definitely our 4x1 record, not because just getting a record on its own. It was the 3 other guys I did it with. It was an awesome moment that I'll cherish forever, and I wish I could relive the joy in the moment of having that and just all hugging once we all finished. So definitely something I'll hold with me forever.
Who are some of the guys that you feel like you've rubbed off on the most during your time?
Ooh, because he's smiling over there, I have to say Darius Vincent. I've definitely got to know him a lot more this year, and we've become really good friends. He's always someone I can rely on. I mean, I could talk about everyone on this team. I mean, we're truly a great family. Everyone looks after each other. And I think if I just started naming off people, I'd leave out someone that has been really impactful to me.
Now, it hasn't always been smooth sailing for you as a leader. Talk about some of the conflict, ups and downs that you endured.
Definitely. So last year, I was made a captain in the fall. And as time went on, I played out my role as captain, kind of unaware of everything going on around me, kind of just oblivious. was very stubborn, was new to it, didn't really know how to use my power in the right way. And I actually had the privilege of being a captain taken away with me in the spring. And having that taken away all of a sudden, it was a great learning experience, how to get over it, how I wanted to build back as a person, and just how I wanted to carry myself. But honestly, it was one of the greatest things that's happened to me in my track career. I think it helped with maturity, just an understanding that life isn't fair sometimes, and you got to find ways to work around it. And I'm blessed to have my captain spot back, and so far the feedback has been good, so I think I've grown, and I think it works out for everyone.
So about 5 weeks until graduation. What is something you hope to take away in that last 5 weeks? It can be related to track. It can be related just to LaSalle.
Yeah.
What do you hope to get out of these last few weeks?
Just enjoy it, man. I mean, I think I'm in a spot where I'm probably not going to be competing after. It'll just be more of like a pastime hobby. So, I mean, really just make sure I leave everything out there. I want to have no regrets when those 5 weeks are over.
Is there anything you hope to do after LaSalle? What does the world hold for Max Corson?
I don't know yet. I don't know what the world holds for Max Corson yet. We'll have to see.
Well, I think that just in terms of your future and what you decide to do, the lessons I'm sure you'll agree, the lessons that you are taking away from track will hold true in the future. You know, and maybe coaching. You thought about coaching?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always in the plays.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a love for the sport. It's just whether my body can hold up for it.
Yeah, well, you've seen first and foremost the pressure that coaches have, and some of the what's the word? I guess controversy that can happen.
It happens. It's life. Yeah.
Yeah, especially on the. I mean, do you want to talk about on the track team?
Yeah. So I mean, this year we had a complete new head coach switch. Our former coach is now at Regis. Going into the year, we expected him to be our coach. Everything lined up. We were going to the season very smoothly. Everything was put together, and then I believe it was a day or two before cross country had even started that he made the announcement that he was stepping away and moving to a different school, a rival school. You know, that doesn't always sit well, but we understood his situation. It was right for his life, but it kind of just put us in a spot where, oh fuck, we're behind and the season's about to start. So it put a lot of pressure on the coaches to step up in the moment and take on roles that they weren't expecting themselves, which can be hard, especially when our new head coach now had only been on the team for, I'd say, a few months fully. So he really just had to grab the reins and run with it. I know he had to rely on us a lot as upperclassmen to help assist the way, but I think it's definitely starting to file out well.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that story,
Definitely.
and I think the grit of this team has shown because of that situation.
Yeah.
Would you say the emotions ran high for the team?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're still there. I think people have found peace in the situation, but I don't think people will forget about it.
Awesome. Well, I don't think people will forget about you, Max,
Thank you,
for at least a good amount of time until your records are broken.
Yeah. That'll probably happen soon.
Well, this has been another episode of Laserland Sports Network, an exclusive with Max Corson. I am Elliot Pototsky, and we will see you next time. Welcome back to another episode of Laserland Sports Network. I am with junior Darius Vincent. How you doing, Darius?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We just got to do an interview with one of your best buds, Max Corson.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy. So, when it's all said and done, and you're sitting in this chair metaphorically in a year,
Mm-hmm.
and what do you want your story to be? What should people remember Darius Vincent for?
Honestly, I think I just want to be remembered for like being a guy that people can rely on, being like a person of the community, being someone that being a person that people in the community can kind of, just look to for whatever situation is going on, and someone that's been strong enough to handle everything that he's been through thus far.
While you are involved on the track team, you're also involved in a lot of other stuff on campus. Would
That's
you like
right.
to speak on some of the other clubs that you're involved in? Because you're not just Darius, the track athlete.
I mean, yeah, like I'm involved with the Black Student Association. I'm the president currently right now. I'm involved in athletic DI committee as a vice president, among few other things that I do here on campus, but those are the main two.
What have those experiences taught you, maybe about yourself and just about community in general?
I think it's a hard journey, honestly. I think I've been taught how to kind of like be a leader, and what it means to be a leader to different people in the community. Whether I'm talking to my president with the athletic DI committee in Sydney Katz, whether I'm talking with my vice president Helen Dorma for BSA, whether I'm trying to get a group to collaborate with on maybe a party or maybe like a community event, like different things kind of dictate what type of leader that I need to be or what type of person I need to be in the moment. So I kind of like, I've been able to adapt to my situations as they come along.
Do you see the need for a leader next season on the track team?
I do, but I think that everyone on this team has a leadership role, whether they think it or not. Everyone can be a leader, and down to the first year students coming in, down to the first year students that we have now, they can be leaders, and they're leaders in their own way. Whether they're the fastest on the team, whether they're the slowest, everyone leads in their own way. So I think that while we do need like set leaders as captains and different things like that set in place, I think we have leaders across the board that will make an impact at all times.
It was not an easy start to the season.
Nope.
Coach Ben leaving, as Max said in the last interview as well. What was the reaction from you? And what was the story between you and Coach Bello?
It's interesting you asked that. Well, for me finding out that Ben was leaving, I know he told us over a Zoom call, and then the day before cross country started, I was in the office with him and Evan and one of the other coaches, Phil, I believe, who's also at Regis right now. And he told us, hey guys, like I can't announce where I'm going. And then he was sending out an email, and right before he sent the email, he said, oh yeah, I'm going to Regis. So I know me and Evan sprinted upstairs to go to talk to Max and Jordan and whoever else was there. And we were like, he's going to Regis. Like we were kind of freaking out in the moment. And then we kind of came down to a point where I was like, it is what it is. Like he has to make the best decision for himself, and that's just final. And then as for my relationship with Ben, it was shaky to begin with, honestly. But looking at it right now, or looking at it like from beginning to end, or not end, but how it's going right now, honestly, Ben has been a great person in my life, definitely a driving factor, especially last season when I was tested the most with him being a coach, me being a young leader on the team, or even just like a freshman, sophomore on the team. It was hard. It was hard to kind of adjust to like his coaching style coming from like where I came from in Boston, that coaching style that I had. But I can honestly say that Ben has been a pretty beneficial person with my like track career at LaSalle.
Yeah, and aside from your track career, your involvement here on campus and just all the lessons that you've taken away, what would you say moving forward? What's like the one lesson you want to be a driving force as you head towards graduation in a year from now?
Sheesh. I think the driving force, or the thing that I want to be known the most, is community and support is always important. And it's important to support people how they need to be supported. And it's important to always have your best foot forward. And I think leading different organizations here at LaSalle, collaborating with different organizations across the Massachusetts area, and even being on the track team, you learn that you always need to have your best foot forward no matter what. Every race is a different race. Every relay is a different relay. Every teammate that you come in contact with is a different teammate, and you have to treat it as such. You can't treat all teammates the same, because that's just the reality of the situation. So when I'm interacting with different people at different times, I have to treat people with grace and with compassion, because that's how we should work in the world.
I love it. Well, I think you've got a lot of success coming your way, Darius.
Appreciate it. I hope so, man.
This has been another episode of Laser Land Sports Network, an exclusive with Darius Vincent. We will see you next time, and a great series, and I appreciate both you and Max for coming on.
I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you.